Fall is almost here. Now it's time to swap out your summer clothes for your fall wardrobe. So we brought in the best professional organizers and CEO of Sarah Halbach Professional Organizing. Sarah, of course. How are you doing, Sarah?
I'm good.
Great. I can't believe it doesn't feel like fall.
I know.
But it's
I know.
But it's going to be here.
It's going to be here, and then holidays. So I'm like, let's get everything organized now before the swing of holidays and everything comes.
Okay. So when you're organizing and you walk into that closet, I would be lost. But what is the first thing you want to do whenever you want to organize?
Okay, well, I say one of the first things you want to do is edit. You want to get rid of everything that you're no longer using. So any old clothes, stained clothes, things that do not fit, or duplicates. Like I walk into some closets and they've got 20 black shirts. So I'm like, let's pick your best.
You've been in my closet.
I bet it looks like most.
Probably so.
Like can we narrow this down to your top favorites or your best? And so I'll even help.
I bet you have some resistance too.
Yes.
But
sometimes.
Follow Sarah.
A lot of coaching, and I really empower people to make their own decisions. I'm like, okay, I don't think you need these anymore. And sometimes I'll put them in a maybe think about them later pile. But once they see the final product, it's hard to bring back in old stuff that they really aren't wearing. Okay. So it makes life simpler.
So you're in the closet. You start.
Okay, I think hangers. If you were going to do anything in your closet, getting all the same hangers makes the biggest difference.
Again, you've been in my closet. I've got all kinds of
different
plastic
hangers.
ones, all kinds.
Okay,
Yes.
I actually really like these. I like slim hangers, and these are new. They're plastic acrylic. They can hold 6 pounds, which is crazy. So you can hold a lot. And then they have, indentions. If there's women's shirts that have like a small strap, they don't leave. I don't know if you've ever had shirts that leave like a little pokey.
Yes.
That they come really sharp. These will not do that. They have a rounded edge, and so I've put these on men's clothes, women's clothes. They are great, and they're thin, so you can actually get a lot more in your closet than you think. And the clear kind of provides a very clean aesthetic, which I really like.
Very nice. So those are like vegan hangers.
Of course.
Right.
Of course, yes. Whatever you want to call it.
We'll go with that. Okay. So that's a place to start. So you got your clothes, you got those semi-organized.
So then we're kind of go, like the rest of the stuff is accessories. And not a ton of closets give you accessory-friendly options. So here are some simple ways from Amazon.
Belt's on my tie rack.
There you go. See, so this is, and a lot of women's belts don't have a hook anymore. So, the buckle is different. So this is Amazon.
Okay.
And, here you can see I just rolled them up, which doesn't affect their shape, and it takes up this much space. And I can grab and go.
This is really nice.
I know. So all my belts, this can be used men's, women's, kids. I mean, you name it. It can be all in there. So on Amazon, again.
How about your hat? How about your hats?
Okay, so I found these also on Amazon. Love them because it doesn't affect the shape of the brim. And what I do is I've bought several different heights, so I can have one down here and the brim can be here, so you can have this layered effect on a shelf and get way more in.
Very nice.
It helps preserve the shape of your hat, plus
it looks nice.
It does look nice. So then clutches. I know your clutches probably look like this in your closet.
If I had a clutch, they would be all over the place.
So I love this for purse organization that are small, so you can honestly double them up, which is kind of nice too. It keeps them all straight up. They don't get scratched. Some women's evening bags are very delicate, or there's sequins or things like that. And so this is just a nice thing to put on a shelf that they don't all topple over.
Sarah, when I see this, I feel better, honestly. Just looking at stuff that's neat, it just feel better.
Yes.
And there's actually been a study, right?
There's a lot of science. So when I first got into this, I kind of thought, I wonder what science has been out there. And Princeton did a study through an MRI where they studied the brain of two different people in a cluttered and an uncluttered environment, and it shows up on the MRI different brain images where you are able to think more clearly, perform at a higher performance rate when you're in an uncluttered environment. And so it really does affect your...
So it makes a difference.
It makes a difference. So I'm like, let's go into people's homes and create uncluttered space so that they can perform better at whatever they're doing in life, their profession.
Well, no wonder whenever you come around, I just feel better.
Right.
When
everything's in order. Well, I also think about it like you go to the grocery store and everything is in a line. If you went to the grocery store and it was just all mixed in and there was no order, it would be major chaos and you wouldn't be able to. It's not efficient or effective.
Right.
So this is putting some of those tactics into a home to make things efficient and effective.
Which makes a lot of sense. Okay, so you've been coming on the show almost 10 years
10
now.
years.
I think about half of the 20.
It's crazy.
What do you think about us being, there's look at that, there you are.
Oh my gosh,
right there.
yes.
What do you think about the 20 years?
I'm so excited for y'all. Y'all, it's so great. I love how y'all feature locals. I love San Antonio. I mean, I'm from here, so I love San Antonio. I love It's been so fun to bring a creative outlet to the show, and look,
Oh,
there
look
we
at that.
are.
Oh my gosh. From I don't know how many years ago.
That is wild. It's been great. I mean, I love it. I'm so happy for y'all to
Well,
celebrate 20
thanks for being
years.
on the show
You're
all this time.
welcome. You're welcome.
That is amazing. Okay, so that's how you get better organized.
Yes.
How can they find out more?
So my website is just newly redone, so I finally updated things,
Okay.
you know.
So you've got that organized.
So I have that organized,
You're just
finally.
organizing all over the place.
So sarahhalbach.com, super easy. You can see lots of inspo pictures, but also just my works on there, which is kind of nice to see. And then I'm on Instagram, Organized by Sarah, Facebook, you know, all the normal places that you can go to find people these days.
Very good. Well, like I said, whenever you come on the show, I just feel better.
Good.
I feel, my mind is clearer.
That's what I love.
So
Peace is what I love bringing through organization.
There we go. Exactly. All right. Thanks, Sarah.